Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Shea Stadium in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. My name is Brian Shockley, and I'm joined here with the legend and the master of soccer, Ivan De La Garza.
Yo, what up, what up, what up?
Tonight, we have a great matchup in store for all you viewers, as the 8-1-1 Golden Eagles host the 6-2-2 Sabercats from Castleview. Your Golden Eagles are looking to keep up the momentum after coming off of a 6-2 win over Douglas County last night. And the Sabercats are looking to spoil the winning streak for Mountain Vista as they come in after their 1-0 win over Thunder Ridge. Last year when these two teams faced off, Mountain Vista won the game 5-1. Now, Ivan, the big story tonight has got to be in the midfield, Macy Paulson with that foot injury. What do you think that means for Mountain Vista?
Macy Paulson being the equilibrium and the mastermind of the team. And with that experience being a senior, it's going to be a blow for the team, even though it wasn't that really big of a blow against DC. But it's DC. So
Yeah.
you got to take that with a grain of salt. Sand or salt?
Salt, yeah.
Grain of salt. But I trust this team will keep up the momentum from that DC win. And this team has a lot of leadership still with Jalen Hendren, Kerry Harris, Jamie Sawaget being part of that leadership.
Yeah, and as we predicted before this game, it looks like Ryan McCabe will be the replacement for Macy Paulson out there in the midfield as Mountain Vista kicks off. It's Shea Jones over to Paige Livingston looking for Savannah Mills. Very quick on that right side. Like to see Mountain Vista in the attacking zone right off the bat, don't you?
This is what we'd like to see from Mountain Vista. This is a very dynamic team. This is a team that look at the Shea
Jones with the cross. Paige Livingston. And
PK. We're gonna have
no. It'll be a foul on Paige Livingston.
No, we're not gonna have PK. That was my fault.
It looks like it'll be a foul on Paige Livingston, but hopefully Mountain Vista can. Oh, it is a PK. You were right, Ivan. Good call.
It is a PK. So we'll have Jalen Hendren shooting that.
Yeah, Jalen Hendren will take this. You don't usually see a defender take PKs, do you, Ivan?
No, not really, but she has a really good foot, and she can take that. So, Jalen Hendren.
25 seconds in the game. Mountain Vista with their PK. Great opportunity to put themselves on the board for senior night. Put themselves above Castleview. Can Jalen Hendren put this one in the back of the net?
Ready, set, fire, goal! Jalen Hendren with the first in 1 minute into the game, and we have a goal.
Yeah, and Jalen Hendren put that ball to the goalkeeper's right. She dove that way, but she could not come up. And sorry, folks, the goalkeeper tonight will be senior Alexis Walker. And it was just a shame she couldn't get there in time. And a great shot by Jalen Hendren right in the corner. Puts Mountain Vista up 1-0. That's exactly how you want to start if you're T.
But we gotta give her the merit of that shot. She waited for the keeper. She looked at her, and she was right into the floor. Really nice technique to shoot that penalty.
And Katie Harris now with the ball, looking to the outside. Gets cut off there. It'll be interesting to see how Castleview responds after giving up a really early goal. Not usually see goals given up in the first 25 seconds.
Important to remark also that they had a loss against our rivals Thunder Ridge, which is really a big blow because it's Thunder Ridge. But everybody wants to be Mountain Vista, as I've said it in every single game. Mountain Vista is a team you never take anything for granted, and we're gonna see that today.
Yeah, and there's a first look at Ryan McCabe, now the replacement for Macy Paulson. She swings it out to Savannah Mills. Mills is going to look back for McCabe, but gets cut off there. Castleview doing a nice job on defense so far, except for that one foul that occurred in the box, and they're going to get a free kick for it.
Really, we see Mountain Vista not giving up in the first half already. They're coming strong. They're coming at all with everything they got, and this is specifically a very important game. This is gonna be for the seniors. They just had their senior night tonight, and this evening, I should say, and it's a really big motivation for them.
Yeah, I think Mountain Vista needs to keep up the pressure, and I think this game means a lot to them, especially for the seniors, because this will be their last home game, and you know they want to come out here and get a big win over a very good Castleview team that has kind of surprised most people in 5A soccer so far. Castleview with their first real offensive zone presence as the poor shots taken, easily swallowed up by Kylie Love there as keeper.
This is one of the things Mountain Vista has to be very prepared for. They're going to try to shoot and test Kylie Love a lot, so the defense in midfield has to be very compact. They have to be very linked together.
I think a key player today is the person with the ball right now, Savannah Mills, as she streaks down the sideline, looking for a shot there.
What?
Beautiful shot, and just right through the Walker's hands as the keeper just could not swallow that one up.
And as I said, for the defense for Mountain Vista, I want to say the same thing for the defense from Castleview. Castleview has to be really careful with those players on the wings, uh, especially Savannah Mills, which she has an insane pace. I call her the cheetah, and she's gonna be really important in this game.
Yeah, she is. I think Mountain Vista definitely likes to play wide on the field. They like to take the ball up the sides and cross them in and use basically all the field, nothing just up the middle. So we'll see a lot of that today. And Jalen Hendren cutting that ball off, sends it back in. And it looks like that one will fall out for a goal kick.
We've already had 3 shots on goal in these first 4 minutes of the game, which is really incredible. Monte Vista has been with their batteries on, ready to go, and I think T is one of those. I think has been one of those factors that made this team um, be so motivated. T is one of those coaches that you want to have because she's always motivating you, and he's a good factor.
Yeah, I agree. I think T has really gotten these girls together and said, hey, if you guys want to repeat at a state title, here's what you need to do. Here's what we have to hit in practice. Here are the big games we need to win. And I think it's really motivated this team to come out early, and especially for the seniors, come out and get some shots on goal. I mean, you see a lot of 1-0, 2-0 games, and I think Mountain Vista wants another 6-2 win.
And I think Mountain Vista knows not to underestimate any team, especially with the leadership they have. They know every game is not a given. They know they have to win every single game by playing humble and playing how they've been playing this whole season, which is the passing game is very important. Being a little challenging, daring.
And there's Jalen Hendren right on cue with the stop. It's a big senior on that back line. Big defenseman to talk about. Jalen Hendren and Ashley Van Cleef. Van Cleef has kind of flown under the radar for a long time. I think she's been a nice, solid defender for Mountain Vista this year. What would you say, Yvonne?
She was very underrated last season. She was a big factor in our playoffs run last year. And Jalen Hendren, with that leadership, she has a lot to give. And I think Ashley Van Cleef has to learn a lot from her. And that she's one that partnership in the defense has been a very effective one after she had to replace Corey Hoyer.
Yeah.
Because of that ACL injury.
Yeah, and if you look at the other two on that back defensive line, there's four ladies back there playing tonight. It'll be Kate Albee and AJ Stevens, both juniors back there with senior Jalen Hendren and sophomore Ashley Van Cleef. We'll see if Castleview, they've kept the ball in good possession right now. We'll see if they can get anything going as they have it at midfield. AJ Stevens cuts that pass off. Ryan McCabe looking for position. Ryan McCabe steals that ball away, give back to Van Cleef. Van Cleef with an easy kick out. I think a big part of Mountain Vista's attack, along with Savannah Mills, is going to be the use of Shay Jones in the middle.
Absolutely, she's been a very effective player. She got that smell for the goal. She got that sense to attack, and she's had a great partnership with Katie Harris throughout the whole season. And she's been one of those reliable players you want to have.
And that free kick was taken by junior Cassidy Jask, and she kicks that one out of bounds, so it'll be a goal kick for Kylie Love. You know, I think after last year when Mountain Vista lost, Katie Joella, she was the big goal scorer, played where Shay Jones is playing right now. I think Shay Jones had huge shoes to fill, and I think she's filling them very well so far.
And to mention, she's a
sophomore, I believe.
She's a sophomore. She has two more years, 2 really good years.
That is unless ECNL takes her away.
Exactly. She's had a really good record so far, track record to keep going, and it's going to be really important, and T knows it.
And it looks like a foul on Mountain Vista, so Castleview will have a great opportunity about 21 yards out. It will be the senior Keaton Cloven with the free kick. If I were Castleview, I think I'd take a shot from here. And that's what she does, looking for that top right corner. Just misses wide right.
I don't think Castleview has been realizing what they got in front. They got Mountain Vista. They got the Germany of the 5A the 5A of Colorado. The Germany of Colorado,
Yeah.
I meant. And they need to be a little bit more compact, a little bit more humble, a little more um, tranquil.
Yeah, I think Castleview came out a little too much on their heels, which is what happened with the PK and the first goal by Jalen Hendren. So I think now that this game is starting to go, I think Castleview's getting on their toes, getting ready as uh, AJ Stevens was looking for freshman Barrett Brookfield down there. Couldn't quite get her in.
Those wings are gonna be really impactful. You saw Barry Griffith running down the wing already. They're communicating really well. They're developing spaces a lot, and that's been really helpful so far.
And Mountain Vista looking on that far left side. Looks like Jamie Swag out there. She's looking to cross, maybe find Shay Jones or Barrett Brookfield. Looking for Brookfield. No, denied. Oh, Ryan McCabe just couldn't come up with that ball there as it's given back out to Swagged. Good move by Swagged as she takes it down in the corner. Looking for Jones. And kicked out. Looks like it'll be a throw-in for Mountain Vista on that far side.
You'll be throwing. Look at those triangulations when you have you're going down the wings. You have one player on the side and one player on the back of that, and that's a really good triangulation. That's something that gives you a lot of opportunity to shoot.
Yeah, it frees up passing lanes and it gives a good opportunity, especially in the box for some good
Absolutely.
clean shots. So it looks like Mountain Vista will sub in here as throw in to Ryan McCabe. McCabe's going to head that one out of bounds. It'll be a goal kick for Alexis Walker. You know, looking at the two teams here tonight, we've got a lot of juniors and seniors in play. Not many freshmen and sophomore. Mountain Vista only has three freshmen on their roster, and it would appear that Castleview only has 2 freshmen on their roster. So pretty experienced teams. They know what they're doing.
You know,
Should be pretty competitive.
T has been really constant with the choosing of the teams. She's kept a very balanced selection. She has developed a really good team with chemistry, and players like AJ Stevens have been really able to get on that mentality of you're in varsity. You have to step it up a little bit. And players like Kate Albee, Van Cleef, and Stevens herself have been really key on these games.
And speaking of the freshmen, there's Riley Baker, the freshman for Castleview. She's going to launch one for about 35 out. And it's easily saved by Kylie Love. It looked like that might have knocked the wind out of her a little bit as she received that one in the gut. But nonetheless, she is up. And one of the things we probably take for granted here at Mountain Vista is the great boot of Kylie Love as she bombs that one all the way down to midfield.
Yeah, she's one of those goalkeepers that is very reliable, really good on air, really good with the feet, which is a great skill you don't see a lot in keepers.
Yeah, exactly. As Castleview intercepts the ball there, Mountain Vista turnovers have been a little struggle for them this year. As you can see now, they've turned it over 3 or 4 times in their defensive zone. My bad. But if they can keep the turnovers down and keep Castleview's chances down, I think they'll find themselves on the winning end of this game.
When we have players on the defensive side of the field, it's important to see that they keep each other really close. They have opportunities to pass it really quick, and that's been a great initiative in order to start attack.
Yeah, it looks like it will be Paige Livingston with the challenge there as she falls to the turf. And Ryan McCabe on the ball. Just can't win it away. Castleview pushing up. Castleview with the numbers now as it would be a 3-on-4. Castleview looking for Baker. Doesn't find her.
And I believe because it's senior now, we have every single senior playing besides of the fact of the injured Macy Paulson, which is generated a lot of experience from this for Mountain Vista. These players have been playing a lot together for a long several years now, and that's obviously a factor to this chemistry.
Yeah, exactly. And it will be Swaga with the throw-in. Looking for DeRosier, who gives it off to Katie Harris. And, you know, Katie Harris last year, goal scorers with Katie Joella, they were the top 2. Katie Harris just would always find a way to get that clutch goal when you needed it. And, you know, we haven't seen much of that this year. She's been playing more of that conservative midfield type, not much of a striker or an attack. type of position, and you wonder if that's just T trying to put some more leadership in the middle of the field, or maybe Katie Harris went up to her and said, hey, I want to be a bigger leader. I want to play midfield.
I feel like Carrie Harris is one of those players that is very complete. Not only can she shoot, but she can do dribbles. She can run down the wing and cross it. Um, she's a very special player.
Yeah, she is for sure. And Barrett Brookfield, the freshman from Mountain Vista, is going to get a little touch there. Given off to number 9, Keaton Cleven, and she gets a shot and just wide right there. So, Castleview's trying to take some shots. I don't know if I were Castleview's coach, if I'd want him taking shots 40, 50 yards out. But, I think putting pressure on Kylie Love is definitely going to be a key to them putting something in the back of the net.
We still have 27-ish minutes to play. I feel like Castlebee's getting a little desperate, trying to get a shot on goal or trying to get a goal even. And Mountain Vista is just overpowering them in the midfield and defense. But it's 27 minutes still, and they have to calm down a little bit.
Yeah, I think the defense is getting their work in for sure. Van Cleef and Hendren in the middle, keeping strong, not letting much through there. All of Castleview's attempts have been from the outside wings. There's Hendren on cue, gives it off to Ryan McCabe, who cuts off Brookfield. McCabe looking for Paige Livingston, ends up at Katie Harris's feet, and Castleview takes it over. Barrett Brookfield trying to steal the ball away. Oh, looks like she's going to get called for a little push off there. So it'll be a free kick for Castleview. See if they can keep the pressure on Mountain Vista right now.
I've constantly said throughout the broadcast, throughout the whole season, that in the first 20 minutes it's about getting to know the team you're playing, and I think that's been more than enough time for Castleview to know who they're playing. They're playing Mountain Vista. They've been playing with all they got, without stopping for the first 20 minutes. Not even 20 minutes so far, and they already had a little danger in their goal.
Good ball in the corner for Beatty, but stolen away by A.J. Stevens. Kicked out to Seymour. Castleview's trying to keep the pressure on as that one's kicked off and away. Be a throw-in for Mountain Vista. I think after that first goal, Mountain Vista just hasn't been able to get the momentum back and keep the ball up in their attacking zone. Maybe these subs will help out as Shay Jones and Chantel Hafner and Savannah Mills come running in. Chantel Hafner is a freshman, along with Barrett Brookfield. So we have 2 freshmen now out on the field. See if this will spark a little energy in Mountain Vista and they can get some attack going.
Chantel might be a freshman, but she's a very fast player. She's a very strong player, and she's one of those players that you want to have. Well, there are a lot of players that you want to have, but Chantel is very daring, and she's very challenged. She challenges herself to do bigger things.
Katie Harris to Chantel Hafner right on cue. Hafner back to Harris. Harris stalled in the middle of the field, and Castleview is able to double team her and take that ball away. Interesting fact for freshman Chantel Hafner is that she, as a freshman, is a four-sport varsity athlete.
Really?
She varsityed in the fall in track and field. She varsity lettered in basketball in the winter, and this spring she is playing 2 sports, track and field and soccer, and she is varsity lettering in both.
Interesting. She's a very passionate player.
I think one thing to be a one-sport varsity athlete, but to be a 4 as a freshman, that's something just to show about her athleticism and her skill.
And she gives it all. She gives it all on the pitch, which is really important.
Yeah, nothing gets by her without a fight. She might be small, but she's mighty. Barrett Brookfield now trying to win the ball. A.J. Stevens over to DeRosier. Gives it up. Here's the freshman for Castleview, Riley Baker.
Katie DeRosier is one of those players that's very resilient. She fights for every single ball. She goes at it. She steps out of her lane very often. She just has that the Rosier in her blood. She's like very she fights a lot, and she's very resilient.
Yeah, Katie Harris wasn't happy, or not Katie Harris, sorry. Katie DeRosier wasn't very happy with that call. She's a pretty nice person outside of soccer. Not many people make her mad, so something must not have been right for her to snap at our ref like that today. But nonetheless, it didn't matter. It's a goal kick for Kylie Love after that free kick, and Katie DeRosier is the first one to put a head on the ball. Here goes Baker, the freshman. Baker trying to weave through. Baker with a shot, and it is taken away by number 8 for Mountain Vista. That is Jamie Sawagid, the midfielder, coming back and playing defense.
A bit of miscommunication there from Mountain Vista. This is going to be really something to take care of.
It'll be a corner kick. It looks like for Castleview, as number 14 Anna Carrier will take the corner, probably trying to set up Baker in the middle, and it is headed out by Katie Harris, and it will be a throw-in for Castleview.
Mountain Vista really overwhelming there. Castleview on numbers on the corner kick, and which is very dangerous for Castleview, because they're not able to break the lock from the Mountain Vista's defense.
And Mountain Vista just kind of chipping away up the line. Couple throw-ins here. AJ Stevens.
I feel like I want to go back to the comment you said that Mountain Vista is not being as attacking as they should have been. I think they're playing a little more conservative, trying to get to know what Castleview can do. They're trying to play to their game a little bit, and then but once they have a counter attack going, they're gonna come at you with full speed.
Yeah, I think that's very true. I think Mountain Vista might be trying to almost give Castleview some false hope to see what their attack plan is right now, and if they're trying to go up the middle through Baker, or if they're trying to swing it out to their wings. I think from what we've seen so far, it's get the ball to Baker, the freshman, give her some chances to get it up the middle of the field and score. So once Mountain Vista makes those little adjustments, I think they'll be back in this game. And I mean, they're up 1-0. They're definitely not out of this game, but
Mountain Vista is not giving up any ball like for free.
Exactly.
They're playing for everything, and they're not at this point of the game. It's been really intense. They playing this like it was a playoff game sort of, and it's been really fun to watch so far.
Van Cleef with the boot down the middle of the field, looking for Jones, but that just could not sneak through. Katie Harris finds herself with the ball in the midfield, and Castleview's gonna boot it up. Van Cleef over to Stevens. Stevens going back to Van Cleef. That's what you probably want to see out of the defense. A couple little passes and then a big boot.
And look at that.
Savannah Mills.
4 players running for that ball. They don't give anything for free. They want to have might on every side of the field. Even though they don't have Macy Paulson on that midfield, they're still playing like they're not missing anyone, and that's really important to have on a team. This is not a one-man team. This is a team that has 11 players on the field, and that's what's keeping Mountain Vista successful.
Yeah, I like what you said there about even with Macy Paulson out there, keeping the four attackers up, four wings going in. Savannah Mills with gonna get a chance with the left shot right into Walker's hands. That's a great possession right there by Mountain Vista. So Mills showing off her speed to break away from the defender and get a good left foot shot. Probably not where she wanted it, but a good shot on goal, and makes Walker make a play.
These are the things that Mountain Vista wants. They want to look at, watch out for every miscommunication that Castleview has, for everything that they're not taking care of, and that those little spaces that are leaving on the flanks, on the wings.
And it looks like that foul there was on Keaton Cloven for Castleview. It will be Van Cleef from about 50. I don't think she'll take a shot here. I think she'll try and set up Shay Jones or Katie Harris. Well, she takes the shot. It's saved, but she's there. No. Corner kick. It will be goal kick. My bad. It will be a goal kick for Castleview. Van Cleef with a beautiful shot though from 50 yards out.
Like I said, she has a really good boot. She can shoot really well, even from 40 yards out, and it's really really good skill to have. She scared the keeper a little bit.
Oh, I think so. I think you saw Walker take 2 steps out, take 2 steps back, and jump and barely knock that one down to keep it out of the net. But that's just not what you would expect from a 50-yard free kick. You don't expect someone to take a shot from there.
An unlucky shot there for Chantel Havner, which she could have score and make it to 0. But
yeah, unfortunate. Fortunate for Castleview, of course, and we'll see if Mountain Vista can keep the pressure on as DeRosier tries to settle this ball down. Baker challenging for Castleview. DeRosier winning that battle though. DeRosier showing off her skills, finding Hafner. Hafner's going to probably look for a cross here for Jones. Can she catch it down? No. Hafner looking for maybe a call there, but great defense from Castleview.
Really fierce defending there from by Castleview. That was one of the few showings that we had from Castleview, and he's gonna go for a goal kick.
That was Kaylee Seymour on the defense for Castleview there against Chantel Hafner. As Hafner gets subbed out, it will be number 17. We don't have a 17, so that will be a swing-up player from JV, as it looks like, to come on the field for Mountain Vista. That or a uniform altered. We had a uniform issue earlier in the locker room today, so she got a new number, but we do not have a 17 on our roster.
And I don't want to give any bad predictions or anything, but it looks like to me it's Wesley Weaver. I might be really wrong, but we know that she's been so swinging lately for varsity.
Well, whoever it is they came in for Chantel Hafner, it looks like she's playing that Shea Jones forward position, that main middle forward, as Katie DeRosier gets the ball.
Now we see Shea Jones taking the work of a winger.
Yeah, and I feel like Shea Jones has the speed to be the winger, but I feel like she's more comfortable in the middle of the field where she can take those clean shots and something like that, where she can just boot it down the field.
I feel like having Shea Jones playing on that wing is gonna give her a lot of versatility on the field, and that's a really good skill to have for a player, especially if you're a sophomore. You wanna have experience in more positions to be more efficient on the field.
Castleview with the turnover. Good defense there by Ashley Van Cleef. Here's our mystery player looking for Savannah Mills. Mills trying to show off the speed. Ryan McCabe with the easy interception there. Good defense by Baker as she comes all the way back to get that. And Mills challenges her and gets the ball back. So Wagid back to Mills. Mills with a little bit of time. She was off, unfortunately. I still don't know who that is. Very interesting. I wonder what the story is behind the jersey number 17, but nonetheless, she's playing for Mountain Vista, so we will root for her. Free kick here from Castleview on their own half of the field. Going to be controlled by Van Cleef. Over to Stevens.
I think Mountain Vista has to be really careful now with how they manage the pace of this game. They don't want to get too tired. They still have a game against Highland Ranch on Tuesday, and it's gonna be really important to keep those players fit as they head into the last game of the season, going to playoffs.
Subs coming in for both Castleview and Mountain Vista. Going out for Mountain Vista are AJ Stevens and Katie DeRosier. Coming in are
Kate Albee, one of them.
Kate Albee, number 13, and Jalen Hendren, number 6. For Castleview, number 9 is subbing back in, and that will be Keaton Cloven, the defenseman. As there's Seymour with the throw-in. Shea Jones wins it. Oh, and here comes a one-on-none as the keeper's going to try and come out.
Oh, great.
Oh, she falls! The keeper's going to get up and make the save, but oh, if 17 could have kept her feet, she would have had her first varsity goal.
She could have sold that. She could have made a penalty. But
she could have.
She could have. She didn't. Kind of a little sportsmanship there. Or maybe not really good acting. But still, she had a really good opportunity there.
Here goes Savannah Mills showing off her speed. Cross to the middle. Shea
Jones!
3 points. Shea Jones just leaning back a little too much on that one. Didn't really drive it down. Drove it up.
She had a little bit of if she had a little bit of patience, she could have just shut there. She had a couple of seconds there to.
Yeah, she could have trapped and shot for sure. She didn't need to one-time that one, but no, like to see that from Mountain Vista. You like to see those centering passes get right to their target, and Jalen Hendren's going to trap that ball at midfield. Swing it out to Jones. Cut off by Seymour. Here goes Beatty. Beatty passes to the middle. It will be a free kick for for Castleview.
We see that no, AJ Stevens is no longer on the pitch. On that position is replacing her with they're replacing her with Kate Albee. Kate Albee, really good player as well. Really with a lot of speed and with a lot of skill on defense.
Kaylee Seymour with the free kick. Puts it right in the middle of the box. It falls. And blocked there by Van Cleef.
Good defense there by the Monte Vista.
Seymour puts it back in the middle. Definitely Castleview's trying to feed this ball up the middle. But looks like Hendren and Van Cleef aren't having any of it today. Baker's going to try and take a shot from 35. Easy save by Kylie Love.
Kylie Love having a little bit of scare there. A little bit.
A little bobble, yeah.
Yeah, and they're testing her now. They know that they can have opportunities there. They've had 2 accurate shots there from that position, and they're gonna try to test it.
And here goes Katie Harris. Katie Harris gonna give it off to Mills. Mills is gonna beat her. And a quick
It's
tap.
gonna be goal!
Oh, it's Samantha Mills. Go!
Great opportunity there, and she took it and effectively she shot it. Great vision there by Katie Harris, and great pace there by Savannah Mills.
And
Now we're 2-0.
yeah, 2-0, and you love to see that from Savannah Mills. The first shot goes right into the keeper. The keeper trips her, but she gets up and beats the defenders to the ball and pokes it in.
Beautiful pace there by Savannah Mills. She's incredible.
Her speed.
Yeah,
It's like nothing else.
for good reason I call her the cheetah. She has super speed. In FIFA it will be a 99 pace, but she's one of those players that everyone wants to have.
The goal recorded by senior Savannah Mills. On senior night, 2 goals, 2 seniors, Jalen Hendren, Savannah Mills. And, that's what you like to see out of this class, the leadership, the authority to take over and just put some goals in the back of the net.
Now we have a lot of seniors here, and it's gonna be really tough for them to sub them, especially for T next year. But even though they're gonna have a lot of seniors gone, they have a really good core of players to sub.
Yes, they do, and that was Van Cleef kicking that ball out of bounds. Baker does not get there in time. Savannah Mills trying to get into the play over there. It's going to be Baker on that far side. Throw in for Castleview. So with 10 minutes remaining in this first half, Mountain Vista is up 2-0. And I think it's the quick pace in the offensive zone for Mountain Vista that has caught Castleview off guard, and how fast their players truly are with the ball and the accuracy for them.
Castleview has struggled a lot to get a little bit of possession throughout the whole game. They haven't even had 10 seconds of good possession throughout the whole game, because Mountain Vista's already catching them, and Mountain Vista has been really effective on that passing game.
Yeah, as you see right there, Castleview will get the ball, make a frustrated pass.
Good
She's
run there.
onside. She was onside. One tap shot.
Gonna be shooting.
Oh, good
Ooh.
defense, and that'll be a corner.
She waited a little bit too long. She could have had
did.
that.
I think she needed to take that shot from the top of the box. She needed to one-tap shoot that, but that's what you like to see from Mountain Vista. A good run from midfield, gets the defenseman behind her, and ultimately does get a shot off and on net. So Savannah Mills and Katie Harris will be down in the corner in case they want to go short. I think Savannah is going to go short. She does. Katie Harris is going to take the ball back to Savannah. Savannah's going to shoot that.
She's gonna. No,
Good defense, though, by Castleview to swallow that one up. Kate Albee putting the ball back up to Katie Harris. Katie Harris with a fancy spin. Katie Harris down into the corner. And it will be another corner. Another corner for Mountain Vista.
very corporal defending from Castleview. They've had a lot of close calls for some fouls there, but they've been keeping it a little balanced on that defensive side.
Sorry, folks. Our linesman said corner kick. Our main referee in the middle of the field said goal kick. So the main referee trumps linesman in this one, as the goal kick will be. Oh no, it will be a free kick. There will be a penalty before. So free kick from the box for Walker, the keeper, as she boots it down towards midfield. Everywhere we see it's Seymour and Baker for Castleview. They seem to be the big two contributors of this team. Seymour on defense and Baker on the offensive side. You wonder if Castleview, those are their two-star players and they want to feed them the ball.
Absolutely. Also, it's important to remember we failed to mention Brian McCabe. She's been really important on that midfield. She's been very uh, classy with those touches. Very intelligent with passing. Very um, daring with the long balls.
Yes, if you watched our game where Yvonne and I called the Heritage Mountain Vista game, we commented on Ryan McCabe a little bit as she came in for Macy Paulson, and she did make those mistakes. She wasn't as clean and as crisp and as smart with those passes, and as you see in tonight's game, I think she's really learned that she has to step it up with the fall of Macy, and I think the team's really looking at her and trying to ride her out for the rest of the season. So she's stepping up big, especially in this game. She's been playing really well, and hopefully she can keep it up.
Especially in a formation where you have 4-3-3, that holding mid position is very important. That's where you have that connection between your defense and your midfield, and she's really been a good rock for that midfield.
And Kylie Love will line up for this goal kick and sends it away.
Kylie Love having a relatively calm game, not a lot of opportunities to
Not
show
too
herself.
not too many chances on her. She has had that one save diving to her left that she bobbled, but other than that, pretty easy rollers to her. Castleview, of course, wanting to put a lot more pressure, as here they might get a chance as Baker's going to take a shot, most likely, but swallowed up there by Kate Albee.
Also, I want to mention really good props to Ashley McCabe. She's been really uh, anticipating every move from Castleview's offense, not letting anything slip.
Yeah, I agree. I think really our whole back four, including the subs that come in and out, you can really give AJ Stevens props. You can give Caitlin Sager some props. I think they're all the defensemen are playing really well so far, and hopefully they can keep it up, because I know Mountain Vista likes seeing that goose egg on the scoreboard for their opponents.
And if Castleview don't step it up, Mountain Vista has been really calm. But if they turn out their speeds, they're gonna have a really tough time in the second half.
Yeah, they are, and looks like Mountain Vista's wanting to sub Savannah Mills back in. It looks like she got a little break, obviously from doing all that sprinting, because, man, I couldn't run that fast even if I tried. Katie Harris going to try and win the ball for Vista. Does not get it. Baker to the middle. Looking back for Baker, and it's going to be cut off there by Kate Albee.
Good play there by Castleview. They had three players on the attacking initiative there, but the fourth defenseman there from Mountain Vista caught that, and they've been really linked together. The Mountain Vista's defense, they haven't been stepping out of the line too much.
Yeah, they've been playing well, and here goes Katie DeRosier down that right side. Look at the speed by Baker. Baker's got some foot speed. Good ball by DeRosier, but it's going to be cut off there. Great defense from, it looks like number 12, Riley Godby.
Or number 17, whoever she is, she's been really keeping it together. She's had a really good chances, but she hasn't been able to finish them.
Yeah, I think at halftime we will figure out who number 17 is for all you viewers out there, so we can know and you guys can know. But she has been in the game a long time, and she should be good. Throwing for Mountain Vista. Barrett Brookfield trying to win the ball. Barrett Brookfield does win the ball. Barrett Brookfield takes a shot. Stopped there by the Castleview defense. DeRosier. No. Castleview trying to get something going, but Van Cleef says, not in my house, and stops that one before anything could get started. Jalen Hendren with the ball. Kicks it back up. Looking for Brookfield. Barrett Brookfield. Good little give-go there. 17.
Gonna take it.
take a shot maybe.
Ooh, she waited too much again.
Yeah, I think 17's found the trouble that she's just run out a little bit of room.
He had Savannah Mills on the right side. He was free, and I don't know. He could have just passed it.
Baker trying to win something up there for Castleview and get some type of offense going again for them. Ryan McCabe in the midfield. Loses that one. Caitlin Sager with the header over to Savannah Mills. Savannah Mills showing off the footwork as she gets away. She's going the wrong way, though. I hope she knows we have to go the other way. Oh, poor trap there by 17 as the keeper's going to be able to come out. And there's two Mountain Vista trying to wreak some havoc on Walker, the goalkeeper.
That Castleview defense is troubling to me. They haven't been able to keep it together. Our Montevista's offense has been really good with the runs there, getting ahead of the defense, and not one time have they been caught in offside position.
Kate Albee gives it up to Baker. Baker with some fancy moves. She's trying to get around Sawagid. Baker, oh, good move by Sawagid there to stop Baker, and Baker's looking for a call, but she's not going to get one. Kate Rosier now on that far side. Looking for 17. Good defense there by Castleview as they were able to cut that one off and boot it back down the field. And here goes Baker with Sawagid behind her, but Sawagid trying to show off her speed. And that is going to be a foul on Baker. Not what you expected there. It looked like, if anything, that would be on Sawagid, but it'll be a free kick for Mountain Vista.
Of the few highlights that the Castleview had, Baker should be one of them. She's been really stepping out there for Castleview in the few chances that they had, but she's been relentless, and she's giving a little bit of hope to Castleview.
Yeah, the one thing I can't give over is she's just a freshman, Yvonne. Number 2, Riley Baker is just a freshman for Castleview, and she is playing like some of our big freshmen last year, and like Katie Joella and those type of players, those big key players that know how to get ball in space and make some moves and make something happen for their offenses. Mountain Vista will be awarded a corner kick, and Savannah Mills is going to take this one with no short help, so she's going to boot this one in towards the box.
Getting a lot of numbers in, so hopefully getting for a header there.
Mills puts it in, looking for DeRosier. Cut off by Walker. Sawagid could not get a shot off. Oh, it's going to be a throw-in for Castleview, too. Good chance.
Castleview's keeper seems a little bit off. She seems very nervous. She's let a couple of easy balls away from her hands, and that's been really detrimental for them.
Yeah, I think so. And we got 27.6 seconds left in this first half, as Castleview will get a throw in. But I think you're right, Yvonne. I think Walker has been just not on her game tonight. We haven't seen her in other games. I don't know if that's just how she plays, but she doesn't seem decisive. She doesn't seem at all like she's making the right decisions, and of course, unfortunately, it's cost her 2 goals.
Absolutely, and we also have to be props to Mountain Vista. They haven't been as powerful as they've been in the first 10 minutes, but they still haven't given up their intentions, and they've been really effective, really conservative, but really effective.
Throw in by Castleview. We'll start up our clock again, down to 20 seconds. There is Ryan McCabe doing the best she can to win that ball. Over to Kate Albee. Albee swings it to Brookfield. Brookfield to Mills. Mills wanted to give it back to Brookfield or Ryan McCabe, but Castleview's going to cut that one off. And with that, it will appear we have come to the end of the first half as 4, 3, 2, 1, as that's time. So Mountain Vista going into halftime up 2-0.
Up to nothing. This is a really tricky result. 2-0 is the most tricky result to be in advantage in a half. But Mountain Vista has to be really has to have a lot of intention going into the second half. They have to be really mindful of what they have right now, and Castleview has to really step it up a lot. The coach has to give them a big talk, and we'll see what happens in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. And we'll take a break for about 6-7 minutes, and we'll be back. All right, welcome back to the end of halftime. With about 90 seconds remaining in halftime, Mountain Vista is jogging back on the field. Castleview has yet to come out of the locker room. Can't imagine the Castleview coach had much to say other than, let's try and get some offensive opportunities. Not many shots were taken by Castleview, unlike Mountain Vista, who in the first 25 seconds were able to score a beautiful PK by Jalen Hendren.
Absolutely, Monte Vista has taken advantage of the deficiencies of Castleview. Castleview has not been very effective at all or whatsoever. Uh, Monte Vista really overwhelming Castleview, and hopefully throughout the first half, throughout the half, they had a good talk and they've been able to rethink their strategies, they rethink their tactics, and get a good run for the money to Monte Vista.
Yeah, I think if you're the Castleview coach, all you can really say to your team is play some tighter D. Don't let those wings. And as we have found out, number 17 is Ashley Willett, called up from JV today to play in this varsity game. And don't let Willett, Mills, don't let those players get behind you and take shots, because those are the shots that kill.
Absolutely, Wheeler has been a really good asset right now as she's been stepping up. Um, not really having a lot of confidence on her shots or her runs, but she definitely has been very dangerous for Castleview.
As the horns sound, both teams are supposed to bring their starting 11 out back onto the field. And we'll see what Mountain Vista can do here in the second half. I think Mountain Vista needs to keep up the pressure for sure, as they will be going to the left side of your screen. And they need to keep the pressure on this goalkeeper of Walker, who has been very, very hesitant and almost off her game tonight.
We're expecting a far more intense game that we saw in first half. Hopefully, Castleview has been rethinking and get tighter on defense, get their midfield with a lot of more creativity, and that three-player forward side with more intensity, more strength, taking chances of those opportunities.
One of the big key players for Castleview in that first half was the freshman Riley Baker, the forward. It seemed every time they were in the offensive zone, she had something to do with it, whether it be she'd take it into the zone, she'd receive a pass. She was always in the play up in that offensive zone.
It's been each one been one player team for Castleview, and that's not soccer. That's not how it should be.
And right off the bat, Castleview is going to boot that one down into the corner as it's going to trickle out for a goal kick for Kylie Love. So Mountain Vista started the game off with a quick goal in the first 25 seconds, and then about halfway through at the 20-minute mark, Savannah Mills came up with a big second goal for Mountain Vista. And as you're up 2-0, what do you think is running through their heads right now, Yvonne?
I feel like they need to be humble. They need to stay humble. They need to be calm. They have to keep the passion. I'm gonna give you a little bit of pointers for both teams. Mountain Vista has to explode those wings. They have to be really equilibrated on the midfield too.
As Paige Livingston heads that over the defenseman and tries to chase it down. She
Oh!
does. Paige Livingston shoots.
Goal! What a great run for Paige Livingston. Great goal. I feel like this is her third goal as a varsity player, and that's a really good confidence boost in going into the second half. And then again with 1 minute left, 1 minute going into the second half, I don't think there has been much of a change for Castleview.
No, it doesn't look like it at all. I mean, Mountain Vista came out in the first half, guns blazing, firing, scored in the first 25 seconds. Come out in the second half, same thing, score in the first 52 seconds. So I think Castleview is just right now, they're just a little too flat. They need to be up and intense and on their toes. They've been caught on their heels twice in this game, and it's cost them.
In a 3-0 disadvantage for Castleview, that's a way steeper hill to climb.
Yeah, 3-0 is a lot harder than 2-0 for sure. And I think Mountain Vista, you still can't think threes enough. I think you still have to keep the pressure on. You don't want to make your anything tough on your goalkeeper, Kylie Love, as you want her to have an easy game as possible and keep a nice goose egg on that scoreboard.
Absolutely. And funny to remark, senior night, 3 seniors scoring.
All 3 seniors have scored. So
Jalen Hendren, Katie Harris, I believe.
no, it was Savannah Mills.
Savannah Mills, and now Paige Livingston.
Senior night, 3 seniors, 3 goals. Doesn't get much more special than that.
Exactly.
Goal kick for Kylie Love. Kylie Love's going to boot this one as far as she can. Looking for DeRosier. McCabe's going to come in. We'll see if McCabe can keep up. She probably hasn't played many games full duration as this midfield that Macy Paulson had. So it'll be interesting to see if her endurance is there to keep up with the requirements she's asked for.
And Paige Livingston being really active on this second half. She hasn't been having a good season. I'm gonna say that. But that's a really good confidence boost, and let's see what she can do on the second half.
And here goes Shay Jones trying to win the ball down the sideline. Shay Jones, good pressure there by Seymour from Castleview. And it will be a Mountain Vista throw-in. It looks like it'll be A.J. Stevens on that far side. A.J. Stevens finds Jones. Jones looking in the middle for McCabe. McCabe over to Van Cleet. No, Katie Harris. Katie Harris. And that ball's going to go up the middle. As Castleview's going to try and get some offense going here. Savannah Mills getting back on defense. Trying to put some pressure on.
Savannah Mills chasing that ball. Savannah Mills, one of the more relentless players.
Sawagid with the ball now. Has Mills. Oh, just could not get that ball through. Definitely looking for Mills on that left side, though.
Castleview's leaving a lot of spaces open. Really, Montevista has been able to explode those spaces. And they need to talk to each other. They need to be tighter. And, taking care of those spaces.
Yeah, if you give Mountain Vista a little bit of room, they'll find a way to squeeze that ball through. So I think you're right. I think Castleview needs to tighten up their defense as right on cue. Riley Baker is going to try and go and win the ball. And Riley Baker does win the ball over A.J. Stevens. Riley Baker driving down to the corner, looking for a centering pass. Gets swallowed up by Van Cleef and Stevens, and yet still finds a way to win a throw-in for herself.
Especially the midfield. The midfield has not been linked together, which is the main creation factor for our team to score.
Jalen Hendren boots that ball out of the box and finds Savannah Mills, who comes all the way back to get it. Oh, good move by Mills there. It doesn't get much prettier than that, folks. Savannah Mills goes into McCabe. Mills says, give it back, and sure enough, McCabe does. Oh, Katie Harris is offside. She should call that. And the linesman does have it up. Katie Harris was offside on that pass.
Great movement there by Montevista. Great tiki-taka movement there, passing throughout those triangulations. And, it's really attractive to see there. Throughout the whole game, they've been keeping a very attractive game. Fun to watch. Good passing, good opportunities.
Ryan McCabe with the ball on the short side. Finds Mills again. Good defense there by number 12, Riley Godby. She's had that tough task of being on Mills the whole game. You see Savannah Mills playing this short side. It's hard to keep up with her. She is the cheetah. She is the speed demon on the team. And Godby so far has kept her only to 1 goal, which could have been much more. And here goes Paige Livingston.
Ooh,
Is
the pace.
Livingston
Look at
gonna
the
get
pace.
there?
No, easy
No.
for the keeper.
Walker's going to make a good boot out of that. And Ryan McCabe going to try and cut that one off, but does not happen. Oh, good through ball. Here's Beatty for Castleview. Beatty with the shot. Good save by Kylie Love.
Easy for Kylie Love there. It's important to say that in those breakaways for Paige Livingston, she's been really having a lot of intensity, really good pace there, and she wants another goal.
Yeah, I think she definitely does, especially since it's senior night. Her family's in the crowd. She definitely wants another goal for herself. And I think Mountain Vista can give her that goal. I mean, she's got the speed to get there. And speaking of, there's Livingston.
Ooh,
Tried to give it to Katie Harris. Katie Harris got clipped behind from the ball. And here goes Riley Baker on the far side for Castleview. A.J. Stevens trying to make something happen. Baker makes an easy move to get by her. Centering pass. Oh, a little give-go action maybe, but could not come up with that as A.J. Stevens ends up with the ball on the far side.
Castleview's having really good ideas from the middle of the offensive side, but they don't have that skill to communicate with each other. Uh, they're not getting anything going, and they really need to watch out for that.
Yeah, I think if Castleview had that little bit of communication there with um, Riley Baker, they could have gotten that give go going, or they could have had a better centering pass for a one-time shot. But you can tell the cohesion and the communication between Castleview is just not where it needs to be to beat Mountain Vista right now.
When we played with Heritage, they were playing with a 4-4-2. Now they're playing with a 4-3-3, and we're seeing the impact that makes. And good, the shape they're keeping, the tactics they're making,
Paige Livingston, no, Walker's gonna cut that one off.
and it's leaving players like Pierce Livingston and Katie Harris and Savannah Mills like explode the skill of speed, shooting a little bit more, and giving a little more freedom to the midfield as well.
Yes, definitely. I think it's the defense is giving Katie Harris and Paige Livingston those runs as they both come back on side and then go down. And Katie Harris right on cue trying to get something going, and she'll win a throw-in for her team on that far side down the corner.
And even if one of the fullbacks want to drop into the defensive offensive side, the defensive mid can drop back and join the defense.
Subbing in for Shay Jones is Chantel Hafner, the freshman. She almost had a goal in that first half as there was some cluster and collisions down by that goalpost, but nonetheless it was able to stay out, and Castleview was able to avoid that one. Ryan McCabe looking for Jamie Swagid. Swagid using her body to get position on that ball. Oh, big cutoff there, and Castleview wins that one over. Swagid not giving up though. Good push off. A little bit of elbow, but that's what you want to see. Oh, that's going to be a call by on a little foul on Jamie Swag. I think she just got a little frustrated at the end of that. You know, I think another thing we have to acknowledge tonight is the refereeing and the linesmen from Chassa today. They've been very good, and I think they've been pretty consistent across the board.
And you don't see that a lot with Chassa referees. They don't get paid a lot, or I don't know if they get paid at all, or very little. And it's remarkable to see the good performance they've had. They haven't had a lot of impact besides that penalty.
Right. But I think it was the right call. I think it was a pull down in the box, which by rule is a free kick. And since it was inside the box, it was a penalty kick. And Savannah Mills is going to try and go for a run. Here goes Savannah Mills down that left side. Is she going to take a shot, or is she going to put it in for Barrett Brookfield? Savannah Mills tries to make a move. Good defense by Godby, but Mills makes the move back. Mills with the centering pass. Brookfield not able to get there. Mills gets the ball right back to herself. Goes over to Swagid, but is cut off, and back to Godby.
Good intention there by Savannah Mills. She had a lot of numbers on the attacking position.
And foul's going to be called there on number 19, Kennedy Dolly, as she was definitely holding Jalen Hendren, as we could see from up here. Jalen couldn't run towards the ball because Dolly was holding her. So,
but good movement there, shielding the ball.
Yep. Good job by Jalen to use her body to block out that ball. Van Cleef's going to boot it down, looking for Mills and Brookfield. Mills is going to make it in. Mills is going to take the shot. Wide left.
Way too wide. He had a lot of players on the side.
Yep.
And if you waited a little bit, she could have had a good chance there.
Yeah, I think Mills just didn't strike that one where she wanted to. It looked like it hit the top part of her foot where she wanted to hit the inside. But, you know, great free kick from Mountain Vista from their own half. Gets Mills and Brookfield both beating their defensemen, or their matchups. And Paige Livingston's going to beat the matchup off the goal kick, but Walker's going to pick that one up.
Then again, the defense has been very distracted. They haven't had much change, if any. They have a little more intentions on the attacking side,
Yeah,
but the defense is very weak, distracted.
I agree. Unlike Mountain Vista, who seem to be very much linked together. Every movement is the same for every single one of them. Castleview's just struggling right now with their defensive four. As Paige Livingston's going to try and get this one all the way across to DeRosier. Or no, that's Hafner, my bad. Chantel Hafner finds a way to get that ball back to Kate Albee. Kate Albee looking for Paige Livingston as Katie Harris ends up with it. Katie Harris going to drive in. Katie Harris looking for Paige Livingston in the cross. Takes the shot.
Ooh, that's going to be wide.
Not a bad shot from Katie Harris. You like to see that drive into the box and take a shot. She did have Paige Livingston, but I don't know if a cross would have made it to her.
She acknowledged that pitch limiter was in an offside position. He was off, and um, she tried to take that shot.
Yeah,
Fortunately, went off.
very smart play by Katie Harris, seeing that her teammate was offside. Didn't want to give up the ball without giving it a good shot. So, very smart play as Jalen Hendren's going to try and cut this one off with Stevens and Van Cleef all there to stop. But that's not Baker, sorry. It would appear to be Kennedy Dolly up there trying to win that ball as Savannah Mills gets drugged to the turf. No call made. Ball into Baker, goes over Baker's head, and Van Cleef is able to get it and out to Chantel Hafner.
It looks like Ashley McLeave is using that sweeper position where she is the one of the brains of the defensive side. She has that really good feet to shoot the ball and also to kick it out of the box.
Yeah, Van Cleef's definitely got the leg to boot the ball, like we saw in that first half with the free kick from about 50 yards out that she put almost between the keeper and the crossbar. There goes Barrett Brookfield, another freshman. Takes that ball and wins a free kick, or not a free kick, a throw-in for Mountain Vista. Go ahead, Ivan.
I love how Mountain Vista uses their strengths really well. They know their team very well. They know how they can perform on the flanks. They know how they can perform on the middle. And the defense has been really tight, really powerful midfield, and really bad game for Castleview so far.
Yeah, I think if you look at every single stat from possession to passes completed to just time on like where the ball's been, it's been always in the Mountain Vista's attacking zone. Mountain Vista's outpassed, outshot, basically outplayed Castleview in every aspect of this game.
I would dare to say it's the possession rate is 60-40 at least.
At least. It's not quite 65-35, but it's got to be close to 60-40. Castleview trying to get something going, but AJ Stevens is going to cut that one off. And
really good position, really good defense there by AJ Stevens. Really smart play there, not leaving that ball going into corner.
Castleview got a little frustrated there, as that looks like it's Hunter Elliott who ends up pulling AJ Stevens to the ground in frustration after she boots that one away. So it'll be a free kick for Mountain Vista down deep in their own defensive zone.
She looks like she's hurting a little bit. That was a good effort there by AJ Stevens, but she's gonna get there. She's gonna get the ball and recover.
Van Cleef's gonna take the free kick. She'll probably get this one past half field if I had to guess. Going to the far side, looking for...
Great pass there. Beautiful pass.
Oh, that's Kate Albee. Kate Albee's got Chantel Hafner. Looking for Chantel Hafner. And Castleview's going to stop that one right before it goes out. And they give it over to Riley Baker. Riley Baker is a forward, but she's playing back in the midfield position right now as Riley Baker's going to try and get something going for her team. And good defense there by AJ Stevens.
They have good ideas. Castleview has good ideas, but there's no a lot of players to pass it to, and they're creating a lot of space in that regard. There's not many players to connect balls to.
Castleview trying to get something going, but they're stuck in their own defensive zone as Katie Harris gets that ball. Katie Harris is going to try and keep the ball, but is stolen away, and Chantel is going to kick it out for a... Oh, it'll be a Mountain Vista throw, and it definitely looked like Chantel Hafner kicked that ball out. But linesman saw something else, and it'll be a throw in for Mountain Vista.
We'll take it.
We will. Subs coming in for Mountain Vista, going out Savannah Mills, Paige Livingston, and Chantel Hafner. Coming in, number 17, Ashley Willett, the player who came up from JV, Katie DeRosier, and Caitlin Sager. So Mountain Vista subbing in some subs about 17 minutes into the game with 24 minutes remaining. And we'll see what Mountain Vista can do here with a little over halfway remaining, and hopefully they can get another one on the board, if not two.
We're almost halfway through the game, and they don't seem to get tired. Mountain Vista seems to keep going with that intensity as they were in the first half and in the beginning of the second half, and that's really fun to see. Montevista's women's team is a team that's very consistent on their way of playing.
Caitlin Sager traps that one down the midfield. Gives it off to Barrett Brookfield. Barrett Brookfield trying to get some positioning. Does get some. And Castleview's going to clear that one up to Van Cleef, who gives it over to Kate Albee. Kate Albee to the middle. Finds Caitlin Sager. Sager's going to look for, looks like Hafner down on that right side. And good play by Seymour down there to kick that one out.
If Castle is exploring a little bit of the weakness, if you could call it that, is on the when you get past the 40-yard line in the midfield. They're trying to get the players close to get something going on the attacking side, but the defense has been really tight and not a lot of communication has been going on there.
No, not at all. And Caitlin Sager's going to try and win this ball back and put it back up in the goal box where some offensive players were, but Castleview trying to get it out. Be played back to Albee. Albee over to Van Cleef. Van Cleef looking for Willett. And Castleview's going to intercept that one. A lot of play in the midfield right now. Not much attacking for either team as Baker's going to go down the far side. Baker's going to be double teamed by Albee and Van Cleef, and Albee's going to win that battle.
Look at that opportunity they had. Castleview had a good opportunity there. There was no one behind her to pass it to, and had an opportunity to shoot, and there was no one on the right side, and they couldn't get anything going because they were covered by the Mountain Vista.
Yeah, Mount Vista had great coverage there. They put 2 on the ball, and the other 2 were just playing man. I mean, Castleview didn't have the numbers on that one, and I think that's been the story of their offense tonight, is just they haven't had the numbers come up, and the attacks is Kylie Love will be tested by Baker there from about 28 yards.
And we haven't seen a lot of reaction from the coach Rodriguez from Castleview either. She's been sitting on the bench, not doing many reactions, and there hasn't been a little leadership from her.
No, and another thing that's been surprising is T's been sitting down for a long time too, so she's very comfortable with the team out there that she has, and usually she's the type of coach who's up and yelling and motivating her team, but given that she's sitting on the bench, I think she feels her team's got this. As Barrett Brookfield's going to go down the left side. Barrett Brookfield going to cut back, take a shot, and it's going to be wide right.
Ooh, yeah. She could have Ashley could have had an opportunity there to shoot from that shot, but good opportunity there.
Looks like on that far side, Jamie Sawagid's warming up to come back in, so she'll probably come in for Chantel Hafner on that far side, or maybe even AJ Stevens or Katie DeRosier. She's a pretty multi-use athlete, so she can be put in any position.
At this point, Castleview seems very motivated. They don't seem to want to keep going with this. They just want to keep their defense a little more tight and not let more goals pass them.
Yeah, I agree. I think Castleview has almost accepted defeat here as well. It's going to try and get something going for herself. She wants that first varsity goal for sure. It will be a free kick for Castleview, as they get said. Ryan McCabe with a little bit of obstruction there. But, yeah, I agree with you, Yvonne. I think Castleview's just, right now, they're flat. They have no motivation. They see the scoreboard as 3-0, and they don't want to do anything about it. They just want this time to keep ticking and, maybe put 1 on the board if they can, but it doesn't look good for Castleview fans.
And Montevista has been playing with a lot of, like a clockwork. They've been very compact, very together, very organized. And they've been playing if not a very bright game, a very consistent game, very effective game.
Yes, for sure. They've figured out how to exploit Castleview's weaknesses on that defensive line, and it's through that long ball. And you see, they're still going with the long ball there, as Kate Albee tried to hit Willett on the far side with the long ball there. So they found the weakness of Castleview. They've been exploiting it all night, and they're still going to keep doing it for these last 18 minutes, I think. So Mount Vista could easily tack on 1 or 2 more here, I think, before time runs out, and we'll see what Castleview is able to do if they're able to find a little spark or energy. That ball trickles out for a goal kick for Walker, who most would probably think hasn't had her best game tonight. She's struggled in the keeper position. Had a lot of shots on her, which doesn't help, but
Not only her, but the defense too. And it hasn't been a good game for anyone from Castleview at this point. It's been very disappointing, and they haven't been as effective as they should have been.
Shay Jones gets the ball around midfield. Shay Jones is going to try and make something happen for herself. There's Willett. Willett going out to Savannah Mills. Savannah Mills is going to put on the brakes. Savannah Mills cutting across the field. Savannah Mills with the left foot. And that'll be a throw-in for Mountain Vista down in the corner. I think Mills wants another one too.
Yeah, they're letting Savannah Mills with a lot of space. You don't want to do that.
No, you can't give Mills space. As DeRosier is going to boot this one to the middle, take a shot even, as it hits the side netting. And it'll be a goal kick for Walker.
And Castleview's playing with fire. They need to keep possession of the game, even with 16 minutes remaining. I don't think they've realized how big of a powerhouse Mountain Vista is, and they need to focus more.
And you know, after watching 3/4 of this game, it's a different Mountain Vista team than we saw in the first half of the season. I think Macy's injury has sparked a new energy out of Ryan McCabe in the midfield. I think it's sparked a new energy out of the attacking of Paige Livingston, Savannah Mills, Katie Harris, Barrett Brookfield, Shay Jones, Willett. All of those players, I think, it sparked something in them. I think, and even the whole team, AJ Stevens and the defensive line with Van Cleef and Hendren and Caitlin Sager. I think all around, these ladies just have a new motivation and a new energy that has lit them up. And you know, I think if you face a good Mountain Vista team, they're going to be hard to beat.
Absolutely couldn't have said it better. The newcomers have understood their role. They have understood that they're in a state championship team, and they surely do have those capabilities. And they've been able to mold themselves together. They've been able to shape the course of the team to a successful path. And it's been really fun to watch.
It has. It really has. And I kind of wish I had seen that 6-2 win over Douglas County, because that is definitely a factor. Savannah Mills is going to drive in. She's got Barrett Brookfield.
She could have dribbled.
Corner kick.
She could have dribbled that.
Yeah, she could have stopped that one and centered it, but it'll be a corner kick nonetheless. Katie Harris runs up. I think they're going to do what they did earlier. Short to Katie Harris and then give the ball to Savannah Mills about midway through the box for a left-footed shot. Nope, she's going to go all the way into the middle. Looking for Brookfield on the head. No, Shay Jones. No.
Oh, really?
Jamie Sawaga
Missed opportunity there.
Just does not get over that ball and kicks it straight up and through the uprights.
On those first-timers shots, they don't have a lot of patience. They need to have that patience, because those are the shots that you call screamers.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been beautiful to watch from Jamie Sawage. But you know, stuff happens.
Yeah, for sure. I think just the adrenaline in that moment causes that. But if one of them were to find the poise to trap, plant, shoot, it would be a great opportunity from the middle of the field to put it in the back of the net. Swaga's going to get the throw in from the far side. Castleview still not looking too strong as Barrett Brookfield tries to make a move and is unable to get a shot off. AJ Stevens traps it down at just short of midfield and gives it up to Brookfield.
In the past 5 minutes, we have not seen Castleview getting past the midfield, and it's been really overwhelming in this last 5 minutes. And we're gonna see a lot of activity going on.
And Ashley Willett got pulled down in the middle of the field here, about 30 yards out from the goal. So it will be Van Cleef. We've seen her shoot it from much farther away.
Really good opportunity there for Van Cleef.
So I think, you know, up 3-0. I would think Van Cleef's going to shoot this one. I mean, she might want to give it into a senior, but I think Van Cleef's going to shoot this one, aim for a corner.
What can
Lines
she
it
do?
up. Oh, goes short, goes to Stevens. Stevens tries to cross Stevens. Still has the ball, Stevens.
Ooh, great!
Stevens!
Ooh!
Saved by Walker.
She had a lot of confidence there, AJ Stevens. We saw she was about to miss the goal there, but she didn't. Really good confidence was there for AJ Stevens.
Yeah, I agree. I think she kind of found herself in no man's territory. She was surprised to find the ball and surprised to make a move like that on the defenseman and was able to get a shot just right at Walker. Sawagat on the far side is going to take it up. Show off her speed into the corner. She's got Brookfield in the middle. She's going to take the shot. Good save by Walker.
Those easy shots there, Walker has been really doubtful with. That's something that she needs to consider going through the season, and either want to get a good run in playoffs.
AJ Stevens now with the ball. She does have DeRosier on her left. Looking for Willett, though, in the middle of the field. As Barrett Brookfield's going to come down with it. She does have DeRosier right there, and she gives it off to DeRosier. DeRosier is going to take it down towards the corner. Maybe give a left-footed boot, and it's going to be a corner kick.
Really good communication there by the team. Especially the juniors with AJ Stevens and the rosters there.
Katie Harris from the top of the box. Looking in. Could not find Willett.
I would have loved to see a header there.
Yeah, I agree. I think Mountain Vista's figured out a way to make their short corner kicks dangerous as they will get another one. But it looks like they'll make this a long corner kick as Savannah Mills.
We've had at least the corner kicks in the last 10 minutes. They've had a lot of might there.
Savannah Mills has Paige Livingston wide open. Gonna boot it in, looking for Brookfield.
Ooh.
Just over.
Good chance they're taking the header there. We don't see a lot of headers in high school soccer, and it's a really good resource to have. And if you get a goal as a header, it's really fun to watch.
Yeah, I think if you find a player who knows how to properly head the ball, especially down, I think that's what's hard for most soccer players is the act of heading the ball down and not up or straight, because it takes a lot of discipline to get your head above the ball. And Riley Baker is going to try and get something going for Castleview. That's the first time they've been down all the way to the other end in about 20-ish minutes.
Yeah, I kind of love having the first ball. Her first ball, even I think her first position in the second half, I believe. And really good game for her. Kind of love, really calm game for her.
Yeah, I think she's handled everything that's come her way very well. She had that one little bobble, but other than that, I don't think you can ask more from her. I think her communication with her back defensive line has been very good too. I don't think anyone's said anything that confuses anyone. I think they've been very solid back there for sure.
And also we have to remark AJ Stevens has been really impactful on that defensive side, and she's been able to step into the offensive side and get something going for her.
Katie's looking for a long ball to Mills. It's going to sneak through. Here goes Savannah Mills.
There.
Here goes Savannah Mills. Savannah Mills is going to dribble in. Shot.
Ooh!
Save the follow.
Oh, she had Barry Brookfield there.
Barrett Brookfield is going to trip over Walker. Walker's going to give her some words for running into her, of course, but Savannah Mills was just a little bit, couple inches shy of finding her second goal of the night.
I believe she got a little cocky there. She had Barry Brookfield on her right side. That would have been a good give and go pass for her.
It would have been a great outlet pass for her, and it will be a throw in for Castleview on the far side.
With 9 minutes remaining, we haven't seen much change for Castleview. They've been a little bit better compared to his first half, but not that much. And we're gonna get a
Looks like a
free kick.
No, I'm sorry. It will be a penalty kick because there was
Wow.
a handball on Mountain Vista in the box. So it will be a penalty kick for Castleview. This is huge for them. This could get them within 2, which is very important for them because 3-1 is much different than 3-0.
Ready?
Can Castleview put it in the back of the net? Is the question. Kylie Love stretching out. Staying back.
Ready, set, fire!
Off the cross. Oh.
Ooh. No, you're going to repeat that.
Whistle called on something. I'm not sure what it was called on. Did you see Kylie move off that line early?
I believe she did. You're going to repeat that.
This is number 9, by the way, Keaton Cloven for Castleview. She's a senior. She takes the shot.
Kylie Love!
Right to the keeper.
With the save. Really good position there by Kylie Love. She was very secure on that movement. She did not move at all. And really bad execution there by number 9 from Castleview.
Yeah, that was Keaton Cloven with the PK. And if that PK doesn't describe Castleview's night tonight, I don't know what does. They have had the opportunities. They just have not been able to put good shots on. And, I mean, you have a PK and you kick it right down the middle, right at the keeper.
This is the perfect definition of you had one job.
Exactly.
She could have had that momentum going for her. They didn't. They wasted it. They had 2 chances.
AJ Stevens now with the ball. She has DeRosier on her left. She's got Paige Livingston up the middle. She's going to keep going. She's got, AJ Stevens going to take a shot.
Great confidence there. Good shot
40
there.
yards out. Not a bad thought. Not a bad thought at all, especially with the way Walker's been playing tonight. Shea Jones going to trap that ball down for Barrett Brookfield. Brookfield's going to kick it on to DeRosier. DeRosier is going to look for Livingston. It's going to be cut off, and it will be a corner kick.
Great intention.
Oh, nope, it will be a foul on Paige Livingston. They're going to say she pushed it down, so it will be a free kick for Castleview from their own goal box, basically.
Great intention there. No, it seems like it's going to be a corner kick.
No, free kick.
Free
Right
kick,
there.
free kick, free kick.
Free kick for Castleview as they're going to try and get something going on offense, as they have had nothing in the well there tonight.
Really good intention there by Mountain Vista, not slowing down at all, and being mighty and powerful on the attacking intention. And we're gonna see a lot of subs going on.
Yes, we're gonna see Mountain Vista bring in probably all of their bench players just to get them in. I mean, you're up 3-0 with 7 minutes left.
And it's important to remark how much of an opportunity the seniors had, and they're still regular players, but especially today, being senior night.
Yeah, I think this night means a lot to them, especially to win in dominant fashion like they have tonight. It means a lot, and I think all the seniors are very proud of their performance tonight. I'm sure a couple of them wish they had a couple goals, but I think all in all, you can't ask for anything more from what Mountain Vista gave tonight.
And it also shows the care that how much T cares about the team. Not only as players, but as people, as football lovers,
Yeah, agreed. And Van Cleef's going to take a big one right to the gut. Looks like it knocked the wind out of her. She's down, so T's definitely going to sub her out for a breather, as looks like the ball will trickle out, and they want to sub, but not quite yet. Van Cleef's going to mosey her way over towards that sideline. Big boot by Kate Albee down the line. Oh, Paige Livingston almost breaks free again. And there's Caitlin Sager winning that ball. A little too strong.
These games, even though has been a little bit slow, but very fun to watch also. It's really fun to watch a team that collaborates in their intentions to attack, and they have been very strict in the movement with the defense, and it's really interesting that we see a team that communicates well, passes well, and attacks well together as a unit.
Agreed. And that's what was so good about Mountain Vista last year, is not only could they attack with Joella and Harris and their main up front, Macy Paulson, all those main midfielders and forwards, but their defensive line was very solid, and their goalkeeping with Bailey Baker and Kylie Love was was unexplainable in playoffs. So if they can keep up the performance like they had tonight, they're in good shape for the playoffs, and that's exactly what they needed to after amazing season last year.
Absolutely. And it's getting a little chilly today.
It is. It's late night. Game started at 7, so it's getting a little cold out on the field. I'm sure the ladies are wanting this clock to tick down quick. Castleview more than most probably. So we still got 4.5 minutes left in this game, but Savannah Mills does get subbed out. She will most likely come back in a little bit later, and Paige Livingston's going to try and beat Castleview with the ball. She does. Livingston's got 2 in the middle.
Ooh.
She finds DeRosier.
Oh!
No! But it's
Goal! 4-0 going into 4 minutes remaining. Wonderful, wonderful.
The freshman, Barrett Brookfield.
Very
with the
Brookfield.
goal.
I'm sure Mr. Brookfield there on the announcing will be very happy and very proud for her daughter, and she deserved that goal. She worked for it, and she got it. That's what you get if you play well, and you work for it in soccer.
I couldn't agree more. I think Barrett Brookfield has had every reason to score that goal. She's played her heart out tonight. She's played amazingly well, and I think that just caps it off for her. I mean, a freshman scoring a goal in a varsity game, that's just awesome. Katie Rosier, though, we can't put that shot away. That was an amazing shot, but an amazing save by Walker. Castleview now down 4-0. And Castleview's just trying to get something going, and they might be able to as it's Baker. No.
Double save by Love.
Baker. No.
Oh, and she missed that.
Baker just, oh man, not able to put that one in. 2 great saves by Love, though.
Dangerous play there for Castleview. Really good intention there, but Kylie has been really careful with that and very effective.
You know, Kylie needed that 1-2 big saves every game, and she just found them right there. So great job by Kylie to be on her toes and ready for those. And unfortunately for Riley Baker, she just couldn't find the back of the net of that one.
And that's also a really good confidence boost for Kylie, knowing that when you need her, she'll be there, no matter what. And she delivered.
She did, and DeRosier is going to kick that one out of bounds, so it'll be a throw-in at midfield for Castleview.
You know, it's a little bit early to tell this, but who would you say has been the player of the game?
Of this game tonight, I think it's hard to look past Van Cleef on the defensive line. I think it's hard to look past Savannah Mills on the wings, spreading out the field. Riley Baker is going to take that one down into the box, and AJ Stevens is going to cut it off. AJ Stevens has played really well against a couple of their top players. And then, you know, I think someone who's flown under the radar but played really well is Ryan McCabe.
Absolutely.
Oh, and there's a beautiful ball, but she's going to be called off. Both DeRosier and Livingston were off.
It's really hard when you have a game when you have a lot of communication, a lot of collaboration. And I would give it to Ashley Van Cleef for sure. She's been really a top player there, and delivering, being a stud when you need her to be.
I agree. I think your star of the game has got to be definitely be Ashley Van Cleef. She's played very well. She did take that ball to the gut, so she's not in right now. She's getting a little breast, and I wouldn't be surprised if T was like, you know what, we're up 4-0.
Yeah.
You stay out of the game. We don't need you to get any more injured or get any more wind knocked out of you than you already have. So.
And also a good confidence boost. You had 2 games in a row where you had more than 3 goals, and that's surely going to benefit them going into the next game against French.
Yes.
Who lost it against Rock Canyon 2-0 or 3-0? 2-0.
2-0. And yeah, I agree. I think as Barrett Brookfield gets the ball on the attacking half, she's going to try and make her way around. Finds Livingston, who's not going to be called off.
DeRosier.
No.
Good save there by Walker.
Great save by Walker there. And I think you're right. You score 9 goals in 2 games. You give up 2 goals in 2 games. You're outscoring opponents right now. I don't think that's right there. That's what you need going into the end of the season. And if they can get a 2-0, 3-1 win over Highlands Ranch, I think they go into the playoffs right where they want to be.
No one was expecting anything from this team they were, but they weren't at the same time because they were playing a little bit slow in the first half of the season. But state championship team? Question mark? Maybe?
You know, coming into this game, seeing the Heritage game that we called, seeing a couple other games, I was wondering, I don't know if they can get there. I don't know if they've got the just the all-around quality and cohesion and communication to get there. But after watching tonight, I wouldn't want to face them in the playoffs.
Nope.
Not at all. I think they can be very dangerous in the playoffs, and I think the one way you beat us is you have to have a great defensive team, and you have to find a way on the attacking side to break up our four, because our four right now is better than, just as good as it was last year, if not better.
And that will be the end of the game for Mountain Vista with a 4-0 victory. Great game. I'm pretty sure T will be happy with this game. Castleview will have a lot to reflect on. And that will be the end for us. Thank you so much. Brian Shockley, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ivan, and that'll be all from us. We'll see you next time.